Hi, my name's Kira from Kira's Home Yoga. This is yoga for shoulders, and for this class we'll need a strap or resistance band, or you can even use a towel or a belt. In this class we're going to work on two things. The first is to relieve stress and tension from our shoulders, and the second is to work on our shoulder alignment, keeping our shoulders back and down in the correct position. When we work at a desk or we're stressed or anxious, our shoulders can sneak forward. So we're going to work on opening our shoulders, doing some strengthening exercises to keep our shoulders in the correct position. So let's get started. Before we start, if you haven't already subscribed to Kira's Home Yoga, please consider doing so. As I'm new to YouTube, I'd really appreciate your support. So we'll start today with some shoulder circles, rolling our shoulders up and forwards. Breathing deeply. Deep breathing. Breathing into our belly highly oxygenates our blood and actually reduces inflammation in the body. So that's what we'll do today. Change direction. Rolling our shoulders up and back. Breathing deeply. Close your eyes if that feels good. And release. For our next stretch, I'm going to turn so you can see me in profile. And we'll need our strap. We'll hold our strap in our hands wider than our mat to start. And we're going to do some up and overs. Bringing our strap over our head and back again. You can do this as fast, as slow as you like, and you can play around with the distance between your hands. For more intense stretch, move the strap closer together. I prefer doing this with a resistance band actually, it feels really good. But straps work equally as well. Breathing deeply. Moving at the speed that feels good to you. There's no right or wrong. This works on the mobility of our shoulders. And release. We can put our strap to one side. For our next stretch, we'll bring our shoulders back and down, and we'll just make sure we're not arching in our lower back. So we want to tuck those lower ribs in, and our spine is straight. Shoulders back and down, we clasp our hands behind our body and move our hands away from our back. Breathing deeply. We're tucking our chin in very slightly here, just to make sure that our spine remains straight throughout. And breathe deeply. Squeezing our shoulder blades together. And release. Our next stretch is similar to that, but we're just not going to clasp our hands. So on our inhales, we'll bring our shoulders back and down, tuck our chin in slightly. Exhale, release. And we repeat this a few times, moving with our breath. And release. This is a great stretch to do throughout the day. I try to remember to do this one every time I go to the toilet. And release. Last one. Inhale. Squeezing. Exhale, release. And we'll make our way to tabletop with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. We're pushing our chest away from our mat here. We'll inhale. We'll start with some cat-cows to warm up our spine. So we'll inhale, drop our belly, look up, chest open. Exhale, we'll curve into our spine, bring our chin to our chest and our navel to our spine. We'll repeat this a few times, moving with our breath, making it a moving meditation. And release. Staying in tabletop, we're going to inhale and reach up with our right hand. Exhale, right hand back down. Inhale, hand up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, hand up. And exhale, we're going to thread the needle, bringing our right arm under our left hand, pushing into our left hand to increase the twist. We can come up onto our left fingertips here for a deeper stretch. Remembering to breathe deeply. And release. We'll inhale, come back to tabletop, and we'll repeat on the other side. Inhale, left arm reaches to the ceiling. Exhale, hand back down. And again. On our next inhale, reach to the ceiling, and exhale, thread the needle. Bringing our left arm under our right hand. Pushing into our right hand to increase the twist. Coming up onto your fingertips if that feels good. And we'll breathe deeply here. We'll inhale, back up to tabletop. We'll walk our knees back slightly and lower down onto our belly for some cobra flows. We'll bring our hands under our shoulders. Shoulders remain back and down. Inhale, we come up to cobra, squeezing our elbows into our body. Exhale, lower down. We'll repeat this a few times, moving with our breath. And release. For our next stretch, we're going to raise our arms behind us and our feet for locust pose. Shoulders squeezing together at our back, drawing them down our back as well, and breathe deeply. This is a strong stretch, so if you need to release at any time, feel free to do so. And release, bringing our head to one side for a rest. Before pushing ourselves back up to tabletop, and we'll bring our knees as wide as our mat. We'll bring our big toes to touch. We'll sit on our heels and we'll make our way to extended child's pose. We're drawing our chest to our mat, remembering to breathe deeply. The deeper we breathe, the better we'll feel after our practice. So that's what we'll do today. And we'll come back up to sitting. So for our next pose, you can sit on your heels or you can sit with your legs crossed. Or again, you can actually do this one standing up if that feels better for you. We'll bring our hands over our head and bring our right hand in front of our left hand and clasp our hands. And we'll breathe deeply here. In this pose, we're drawing our elbows back, tucking our chin in very slightly and reaching up through our hands. Close your eyes if that feels good. Again, we're not arching in a lower back here, so our ribs remain tucked in and we're lengthening in our spine. Breathing deeply. And release. We'll change out our hands, bringing our left hand in front of our right hand and clasp. Drawing our elbows and our hands back, tucking our chin in very slightly, lengthening in our spine and breathing deeply. Most important part. And release. We'll shake out our hands here and we'll do just 3 shoulder circles in each direction to free up our shoulders again. Our next pose is a variation of broken wing pose. We're going to do it standing, but I'm going to do it sitting down so that I can demonstrate it. Because we need something to use as a lever. So a door frame, or I sometimes do this against my fridge, is a great spot to do this in. Shoulders back and down. We'll bring our hand to a Texas T, or whatever side you want to start at. We'll bring our hand to a Texas T and we're going to push in to our forearm to feel a nice opening across our chest area here, and breathe deeply. This is a lovely stretch to do every morning. Shoulder remains down. And release, other side. Shoulders back and down to start. Bring our arm up to a 90-degree angle to our body and push into our upper body to increase the opening. Breathing deeply. Long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. Let's oxygenate that blood. And release. For our last stretch, we're going to activate the relaxation response in our shoulders. And we do that by squeezing our shoulders up and back on our inhales. And exhale, release. We'll repeat this a few more times, moving with our breath. Inhale, shoulders up and back and squeezing them. Exhale, release. Last one. And release. I hope you enjoyed today's practice and you'll join me again for some more yoga at Kira's Home Yoga. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you have a great rest of your day today. Namaste.